Join us as we unravel the most popular election phrases that dominate the news and help you understand the political landscape like a pro. Got goals? Book a private one-on-one session today. Just click the link in the description box below. We'll help you master English and achieve educational, professional, and everyday success. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get started. The content presented in this video is intended for educational and illustrative purposes only. The Speak ESL Academy channel does not express, endorse, or oppose any candidate or political opinion. The use of he, him, or she, her pronouns and examples is purely for illustrative purposes and is not meant to attribute any characteristics, qualities, or positions to any specific candidate or individual. Viewers are encouraged to form their own opinions and conduct further research if desired. The first one is on the campaign trail. On the campaign trail means actively participating in events and activities to promote a political campaign. Here are two examples. Number one, the candidate spent months on the campaign trail, visiting small towns and big cities alike. Number two, on the campaign trail, they gave speeches and met with voters to discuss their platform. The next idiom is swing state. It means a state where the vote could go to either major political party in an election. Here are two examples. Number one, winning the swing states is crucial for securing enough electoral votes. Number two, candidates often focus their efforts on swing states because they can decide the election outcome. Let's try another idiom. Throw one's hat in the ring. That means to announce one's intention to enter a competition or election. Here are two examples. He decided to throw his hat in the ring and run for office after years of public service. Example number two. Many politicians throw their hats in the ring during election season to challenge the incumbent. Let's try political hot potato. That means a controversial issue that no one wants to deal with. Here are two examples. Number one, immigration reform has become a political hot potato that many lawmakers avoid. Number two, the budget deficit is a political hot potato that the candidates must address. Here's another idiom. Grassroots campaign. It means a campaign that begins and gains support at the local level, often driven by community volunteers. Here are two examples. Number one, they organized a successful grassroots campaign with the help of local volunteers. Number two, grassroots campaigns often rely on small donations and widespread community involvement. The next idiom is mudslinging. It means the act of making malicious or scandalous attacks against an opponent. Here are two examples. Number one, the debate quickly turned into mudslinging between the candidates, each trying to discredit the other. Number two, mudslinging can negatively impact a candidate's reputation and turn off voters. The next idiom is playing to the base. It means appealing to the core supporters of a political party or candidate. Here are two examples. He was accused of playing to the base rather than addressing broader issues important to all voters. Number two, playing to the base can energize core supporters but may alienate moderate voters. The next idiom is to cross the aisle. It means to work with members of the opposing political party to achieve a common goal. Here are two examples. Number one, she was known for her ability to cross the aisle and work with the opposition on key issues. Number two, bipartisan legislation requires members to cross the aisle and find common ground. Political machine. It means a well-organized political group that controls election outcomes and government appointments. Here are two examples. Number one, the city's political machine was well organized and influential controlling local politics. Number 2, she worked her way up through the political machine, gaining influence and power. Let's try the next one, above the fray. This means to remain uninvolved in petty or controversial issues. Here are 2 examples. Number 1, she tried to stay above the fray during the contentious debate, focusing on her policies. Number 2, remaining above the fray can be a smart strategy to appear more presidential and composed. Let's try another, flip-flop. This means a sudden change of opinion or policy by a politician. Number 1, critics accuse candidates of flip-flopping on issues when they change their position multiple times. Number 2, flip-flopping can undermine a candidate's credibility and make voters distrustful. Let's try another, political capital. This means the trust, goodwill, and influence a politician has with the public and other political figures. Here are 2 examples. Number 1, a newly elected official may spend his or her political capital to get a bill passed through Congress. Number 2, political capital can be built up through successful policy initiatives and strong leadership. The next one is stump speech. It means a standard speech used by a politician running for office, repeated at many campaign stops. Here are 2 examples. Number 1, a politician's stump speech typically focuses on economic reform and job creation, which resonates with many voters. Number 2, candidates refine their stump speeches as the campaign progresses to address current issues. Let's try another, whistle-stop tour. This means a series of brief appearances or speeches made by a politician in various locations. Here are 2 examples. Number 1, the candidate's whistle-stop tour covered 10 cities in 3 days, rallying support across the states. Number 2, whistle-stop tours are a traditional way to reach many voters quickly, often in small towns.
Subscribe to help us on our journey to 1,000 subscribers. See you in the next video.